In a fast-paced world where the demands on leaders are constant and unrelenting, Stoicism offers a set of timeless principles and practical techniques that can enhance leadership effectiveness. The modern leader is required to navigate uncertainty, manage crises, make quick decisions, and maintain poise under pressure. Stoicism, a philosophy founded in the ancient world, provides mental tools that foster resilience, emotional control, and a focus on what truly matters. By applying Stoic techniques, leaders can cultivate a mindset that not only helps them stay grounded but also enables them to lead with clarity, purpose, and integrity. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the dichotomy of control, the idea that some things are within our control, and others are not. For leaders, this concept is crucial, as it encourages a focus on what can be influenced, our thoughts, decisions, and actions, while accepting that external outcomes, such as market conditions, competitor strategies, or the opinions of others, are beyond our control. In the fast-paced world of leadership, where uncertainty is a constant companion, understanding this distinction can prevent unnecessary stress and anxiety. Leaders often face situations where the outcome is uncertain despite their best efforts. By focusing on their own actions and how they respond to challenges, leaders can reduce the emotional burden that comes from trying to control the uncontrollable. One practical way leaders can apply the dichotomy of control is through the practice of negative visualization. This Stoic technique involves imagining worst-case scenarios in order to mentally prepare for them. In a leadership context, this can be especially useful when planning for high-stakes projects or navigating potential crises. By considering what could go wrong, a leader can develop contingency plans and prepare the team for possible setbacks. This mental rehearsal not only reduces the shock if things do go wrong but also enables the leader to respond with calm and foresight when challenges arise. Rather than being paralyzed by fear or caught off guard, the leader is mentally equipped to handle difficulties with composure. This proactive approach fosters a culture of preparedness and resilience within the organization, which is essential in fast-moving environments. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of emotional regulation, a skill that is indispensable for leaders. In a high-pressure environment, where decisions must often be made quickly and under stress, emotions like fear, anger, or frustration can cloud judgment and lead to poor choices. The Stoics believe that emotions arise from our judgments and interpretations of events, not from the events themselves. By practicing cognitive distancing, a Stoic technique that involves stepping back from emotional reactions and analyzing them rationally, leaders can prevent their emotions from dictating their actions. For instance, when a leader faces criticism or a setback, their initial emotional response might be frustration or defensiveness. However, by applying Stoic principles, the leader can pause, reflect on the situation, and ask themselves whether the criticism is valid or if the setback is truly as catastrophic as it seems. This rational reflection enables leaders to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. In doing so, they maintain their credibility and make better decisions. Moreover, by modeling emotional control, leaders set an example for their teams, fostering a culture of thoughtful, measured responses rather than emotional reactivity. Another essential Stoic technique for leadership is the practice of amor fati, the love of fate. In a fast-paced world, where change is constant and disruptions are inevitable, leaders must be adaptable and open to whatever comes their way. Amor fati encourages leaders to not only accept but embrace the challenges and difficulties they encounter, seeing them as opportunities for growth and learning. This mindset shift transforms obstacles from sources of frustration into valuable experiences that can help leaders and their teams evolve. When a leader embraces amor fati, they approach problems with curiosity rather than resistance. For example, when facing unexpected changes, whether it's a sudden shift in market dynamics or internal organizational challenges, the Stoic leader sees these events as part of the natural course of business. Instead of dwelling on how things should have been, they focus on what can be done in the present moment to adapt and move forward. This mindset fosters resilience and helps leaders maintain a positive, forward-looking attitude, even in the face of adversity. It also inspires teams to adopt a similar perspective, reinforcing a culture of adaptability and continuous improvement. Stoicism also teaches the importance of focusing on virtue, particularly in leadership. The Stoics believe that the highest good is to live in accordance with virtue, practicing wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. For leaders, this means making decisions based not on short-term gains or external pressures, but on principles of integrity and fairness. In a fast-paced world where leaders are often expected to deliver quick results, there can be a temptation to cut corners or compromise on ethical standards. However, Stoic leadership is grounded in the belief that long-term success is built on a foundation of virtue. By prioritizing ethical decision-making, Stoic leaders build trust and credibility with their teams, clients, and stakeholders. They understand that while they may not always control the outcomes of their decisions, they can control the values that guide those decisions. This focus on virtue prevents leaders from becoming overly swayed by external pressures, such as the pursuit of profits at the expense of ethics or the desire for approval from others. Instead, Stoic leaders remain anchored in their principles, making decisions that reflect their commitment to justice, fairness, and the greater good. In a fast-paced and often chaotic business environment, leaders must also practice detachment from outcomes, another key Stoic concept. This doesn't mean that leaders should not care about results, rather, it means that they should not be emotionally dependent on them. Stoicism teaches that while we can control our actions, we cannot always control the external results of those actions. By detaching from the need for specific outcomes, leaders can remain focused on the process and the effort, rather than becoming overly fixated on success or failure. This detachment allows leaders to maintain their equilibrium, even when results do not go as planned. For example, a leader might implement a new strategy with the best of intentions and careful planning, yet the outcome may still fall short of expectations due to factors outside their control. A Stoic leader accepts this reality and does not let disappointment derail their focus or confidence. Instead, they reflect on what can be learned from the experience and move forward with renewed clarity and purpose. This ability to remain steady in the face of fluctuating results is a hallmark of Stoic leadership and is especially valuable in fast-paced environments where outcomes can be unpredictable. Finally, Stoicism encourages leaders to practice mindfulness and presence. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to focus on the present moment is invaluable. The Stoics emphasize the importance of living in the present, as it is the only time we truly have control over. For leaders, this means being fully attentive to the task at hand, whether it's a critical decision, a conversation with a team member, or a strategic planning session. By cultivating mindfulness, leaders can improve their decision-making, enhance their relationships with their teams, and reduce the mental clutter that often accompanies fast-paced environments. Another significant Stoic practice that leaders can embrace in a fast-paced world is preparation for adversity, or what the Stoics referred to as premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This involves mentally rehearsing possible challenges and setbacks before they occur, not to cultivate pessimism, but to be prepared for them should they arise. For leaders, this serves as a powerful tool in risk management and strategic planning. By considering potential obstacles ahead of time, they can anticipate challenges, evaluate possible responses, and strengthen their ability to face adversity calmly and effectively. In a leadership context, premeditatio malorum can be applied during project planning, crisis preparation, and strategic decision-making. By thinking through worst-case scenarios, leaders can develop contingency plans and ensure their teams are equipped to handle disruptions. This practice mitigates the fear of the unknown, as leaders who proactively anticipate challenges are less likely to be thrown off balance when adversity strikes. Instead of being reactive or caught off guard, they remain composed and ready to implement solutions. Moreover, by sharing this practice with their teams, leaders can cultivate a culture of preparedness, encouraging team members to think critically about potential risks and how they can best be managed. Stoic leaders are also guided by the principle of ephemeral focus, emphasizing that life, and by extension business, is transient. The idea that everything is temporary can help leaders maintain perspective, particularly in high-pressure environments where the stakes seem overwhelming. By reflecting on the impermanence of both success and failure, leaders can avoid becoming overly attached to victories or despairing over setbacks. This mindset promotes humility in success and resilience in failure, as Stoic leaders understand that neither is permanent. They focus instead on what they can control, their efforts and their character, knowing that external achievements or losses are fleeting. For example, when a leader successfully navigates a major business challenge or achieves a key milestone, the Stoic approach would encourage a brief moment of satisfaction, followed by a return to the task at hand. Stoicism teaches that dwelling too long on success can lead to complacency or arrogance, which ultimately hinders future growth. Similarly, when faced with failure or disappointment, a Stoic leader acknowledges the setback, extracts lessons from the experience, and moves forward without becoming mired in regret or self-pity. This balanced approach enables leaders to stay focused on continuous improvement, rather than getting caught up in the highs and lows of external outcomes. In addition to maintaining perspective on success and failure, Stoic leaders practice self-awareness and regularly engage in self-reflection. The Stoics believed that self-examination was essential for personal growth and ethical living. For leaders, this practice is particularly valuable in a fast-paced world, where the pressure to make quick decisions can sometimes lead to impulsive actions or ethical compromises. By taking time for regular reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or quiet contemplation, leaders can evaluate their actions, motivations, and decisions, ensuring they remain aligned with their core values and long-term goals. Self-reflection also allows leaders to recognize their own limitations and weaknesses, which is essential for personal development. In the Stoic tradition, humility is not about self-deprecation, but about understanding that we are all fallible and have room for improvement. A Stoic leader is willing to confront their mistakes and biases, learn from them, and make adjustments. This willingness to self-correct fosters a culture of accountability and continuous learning within the organization, as team members see that their leader is committed to growth and improvement, both personally and professionally. Furthermore, Stoicism encourages leaders to foster a sense of equanimity, or inner calm, in the face of external chaos. In a fast-paced, high-pressure environment, it is easy for leaders to become overwhelmed by the demands placed on them. However, Stoicism teaches that while we cannot always control the external pressures we face, we can control how we respond to them. By cultivating a state of equanimity, leaders can maintain their composure and clarity of thought, even in the most challenging situations. This inner calm not only benefits the leader personally but also has a ripple effect on the broader organization. When team members see their leader remaining calm under pressure, it instills confidence and motivates them to approach challenges with a similar mindset. Equanimity is particularly important in crisis management, where quick decisions must often be made under intense pressure. A Stoic leader who has developed this inner calm can assess the situation objectively, weigh the available options, and make decisions based on reason rather than panic or emotional turbulence. This ability to remain grounded in difficult circumstances allows for more effective problem-solving and better overall outcomes, as the leader is not swayed by the emotional highs and lows that often accompany stressful situations. In addition to equanimity, Stoic leaders practice compassion and empathy, recognizing that leadership is not only about making decisions but also about understanding and supporting the people they lead. Stoicism teaches that we are all part of a larger whole and that our actions should benefit not just ourselves but the community around us. For leaders, this means fostering a culture of empathy, where the well-being of employees, clients, and stakeholders is prioritized. By actively listening to the concerns of others and responding with empathy, Stoic leaders build trust and create an environment where people feel valued and supported. Compassionate leadership is particularly important in fast-paced environments, where the pressure to perform can sometimes overshadow the human aspect of business. Stoic leaders understand that while results are important, so too are the people who contribute to those results. By taking the time to understand the needs and challenges of their team members, leaders can create a more supportive and collaborative work environment. This, in turn, leads to higher morale, greater job satisfaction, and improved performance, as employees are more likely to be engaged and committed when they feel that their leader genuinely cares about their well-being. Another Stoic principle that enhances leadership is the practice of mindfulness and presence. In a world filled with distractions, the ability to focus on the present moment is a critical skill for leaders. Stoicism teaches that the present is the only time we truly have control over, and that by focusing on the here and now, we can make better decisions and take more effective action. For leaders, this means being fully present in meetings, conversations, and decision-making processes, rather than being distracted by the past or worried about the future. Mindfulness also helps leaders to manage their time and energy more effectively. In a fast-paced world, it is easy to become overwhelmed by a constant stream of information, tasks, and responsibilities. By practicing mindfulness, leaders can prioritize their tasks, focus on what truly matters, and delegate effectively. This not only improves productivity but also helps to reduce stress and prevent burnout, as leaders are better able to manage their workload and maintain a healthy work-life balance. Finally, Stoic leadership is grounded in the practice of servant leadership. The Stoics believe that leadership is not about power or personal gain, but about serving the greater good. For leaders in a fast-paced world, this means recognizing that their role is not to dominate or control, but to support and empower their teams. By putting the needs of others first and acting in service to the organization and its mission, Stoic leaders create a culture of collaboration, trust, and shared purpose. In the fast-paced world of leadership, decision-making is a constant and critical task. One of the Stoic techniques that can significantly enhance a leader's decision-making abilities is the practice of deliberation and reason. The Stoics emphasize the importance of using rational thought as the primary guide for making decisions, even in the face of emotional pressure or external chaos. Leaders frequently encounter situations where quick decisions are necessary, but Stoicism teaches that even in these moments, decisions should be made with careful consideration of facts, consequences, and alignment with core values. Stoic leaders pause to reflect before making decisions, ensuring that their actions are driven by reason rather than impulse. They ask themselves questions such as, is this decision aligned with my principles? What are the long-term consequences of this action? And, am I responding to the situation rationally, or am I reacting emotionally? This reflective approach helps leaders avoid rash decisions that may bring short-term relief but long-term damage. It also ensures that leaders remain consistent in their decision-making, always guided by virtue and wisdom rather than external pressures or temporary emotions. In a fast-moving environment where information is often incomplete or ambiguous, the ability to deliberate with clarity is invaluable. Stoicism encourages leaders to focus on what they know, to be comfortable with uncertainty, and to make decisions based on rational judgment rather than speculation or fear. By embracing uncertainty and focusing on the present moment, Stoic leaders can make decisions that are both effective and ethical, even when under pressure. Another vital Stoic practice for leaders is the cultivation of detachment from external validation. In the modern world, leadership is often accompanied by scrutiny, whether from employees, stakeholders, or the public. Leaders must frequently navigate criticism, praise, and the ever-changing opinions of others. Stoicism teaches the importance of developing apatheia, or freedom from the need for external validation. This does not mean being indifferent to feedback, but rather not allowing one's sense of self-worth to be dictated by the opinions of others. For a Stoic leader, feedback is valuable, but it does not define who they are or how they perceive their success. By cultivating detachment from both praise and criticism, leaders can focus on doing what is right, rather than what is popular. This is especially important in fast-paced environments, where leaders are often pressured to make decisions that will appease others in the short term, even at the expense of long-term integrity. Stoicism helps leaders stay true to their values, ensuring that their decisions are guided by principles rather than the fluctuating opinions of others. Detachment from external validation also fosters resilience in leaders. In fast-paced industries, failure and setbacks are inevitable, and leaders who rely too heavily on external validation may find it difficult to cope with criticism or failure. However, Stoic leaders understand that failure is a natural part of growth and that their worth is not tied to any single outcome. Instead, they focus on learning from their mistakes, improving their strategies, and continuing to act in accordance with their values, regardless of external feedback. In addition to detaching from external validation, Stoic leaders also practice memento mori, the reflection on mortality. While this may seem like a morbid concept, it is one of the most empowering practices in Stoicism. By reflecting on the impermanence of life, leaders gain a sense of urgency to act with purpose and integrity. Understanding that time is limited can sharpen a leader's focus, helping them prioritize what truly matters and avoid wasting time on trivial pursuits. Memento mori reminds leaders that their legacy is not defined by the number of tasks they complete or the accolades they receive, but by the impact they have on others and the principles they uphold. In a fast-paced world, where the pressure to achieve can often lead to burnout or a loss of direction, reflecting on mortality can help leaders stay grounded in their core mission. It encourages them to focus on the long-term vision rather than getting lost in the noise of daily demands. This reflection can also prevent leaders from becoming consumed by the pursuit of material success, reminding them that the true measure of leadership is found in service to others and the lasting value they create. Another crucial Stoic practice that enhances leadership in a fast-paced world is simplicity and clarity of purpose. The Stoics believe that living a simple life, free from unnecessary distractions and desires, allows for greater focus and alignment with one's true goals. In leadership, this translates to cutting through the complexity and focusing on what truly matters, both for the leader and the organization. In fast-moving industries, it's easy for leaders to become overwhelmed by a multitude of competing priorities, shifting goals, and endless distractions. Stoic leaders, however, practice the discipline of simplicity. By simplifying their focus, leaders can reduce decision fatigue and increase their effectiveness. This might involve streamlining processes, setting clear and achievable goals, and eliminating unnecessary tasks that do not contribute to the organization's overall vision. Stoic leaders understand that complexity can lead to confusion, inefficiency, and burnout, both for themselves and their teams. By prioritizing simplicity, they create a more focused and productive working environment, where energy is directed toward meaningful work rather than being dispersed across too many competing tasks. Simplicity also extends to communication. Stoic leaders strive for clarity in their interactions with others, recognizing that clear communication is key to effective leadership. In a fast-paced world, where misunderstandings and miscommunications can quickly derail projects, leaders who communicate with clarity and purpose ensure that their teams remain aligned and focused on shared goals. This clarity also reduces unnecessary conflict and confusion, fostering a more harmonious and efficient working environment. In addition to simplifying their focus, Stoic leaders practice self-sufficiency. The Stoics valued the ability to be content and resilient regardless of external circumstances. For leaders, this means developing an inner strength that is not dependent on external success, resources, or conditions. In a fast-paced world, where external factors such as market volatility, shifting regulations, or economic downturns are beyond a leader's control, self-sufficiency allows leaders to remain resilient and effective even in the face of adversity. Stoic leaders cultivate a mindset of resourcefulness, focusing on what they can do with the resources available to them, rather than lamenting what they lack. This approach fosters innovation and adaptability, as leaders are constantly looking for ways to make the most of their current situation. It also ensures that leaders do not become overly reliant on external factors for their success, allowing them to remain steady and effective even when circumstances are less than ideal. Moreover, self-sufficiency fosters a sense of autonomy and confidence in leadership. Stoic leaders trust in their ability to navigate challenges and make decisions, even in uncertain or difficult conditions. This confidence, grounded in self-reliance, inspires trust and respect from their teams, who look to the leader for guidance and stability. In a fast-paced world, where change is constant, this sense of self-sufficiency is a critical asset, allowing leaders to remain effective and composed even when external conditions are unpredictable. Lastly, Stoic leaders focus on serving the greater good rather than personal gain. The Stoics believe that we are all part of a larger community and that our actions should contribute to the well-being of others. For leaders, this means prioritizing the needs of their teams, their organization, and society as a whole, rather than focusing solely on their own advancement or success. In a fast-paced world, where there is often pressure to prioritize short-term gains over long-term impact, Stoic leaders maintain a focus on creating lasting value for others. By focusing on the greater good, Stoic leaders foster a culture of collaboration, trust, and shared purpose within their organizations. This not only improves morale and engagement but also leads to more sustainable success, as decisions are made with the long-term well-being of the organization and its stakeholders in mind. Stoic leaders understand that true leadership is not about personal power or recognition, but about contributing to the growth and success of others. The application of Stoic principles and techniques offers leaders a powerful framework for navigating the complexities of a fast-paced world. By practicing deliberation, detachment from external validation, reflection on mortality, simplicity, self-sufficiency, and a focus on the greater good, Stoic leaders can remain grounded, resilient, and effective, even in the face of constant change and challenge. These techniques not only enhance the leader's ability to manage their own emotions and decisions but also create a positive, ethical, and focused organizational culture. In a world that often prioritizes speed and results over reflection and integrity, Stoic leadership provides a model for leading with wisdom, purpose, and lasting impact. In the fast-paced and ever-changing world of leadership, Stoic techniques offer valuable insights and practices to help individuals navigate challenges with wisdom, resilience, and integrity. Stoicism, with its focus on virtue, reason, and self-mastery, provides a timeless framework for effective leadership in dynamic and demanding environments. At the heart of applying Stoic techniques to leadership is the cultivation of virtue and moral integrity. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of leading with honesty, fairness, and courage, aligning one's actions with principles of justice and wisdom. By embodying virtues such as integrity, compassion, and humility, leaders can earn the trust and respect of their teams, fostering a culture of collaboration, accountability, and ethical conduct. Stoicism also encourages leaders to embrace challenges and setbacks as opportunities for growth and learning. By adopting a mindset of resilience and perseverance, leaders can navigate the uncertainties of the fast-paced world with grace and determination. Stoic teachings on accepting the things beyond one's control and focusing on what can be influenced empower leaders to adapt to change, overcome obstacles, and inspire their teams to face challenges with courage and resilience. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-awareness and mindfulness in leadership. By cultivating a deep understanding of one's values, strengths, and weaknesses, leaders can make informed decisions, communicate effectively, and inspire others through their actions. The practice of mindfulness allows leaders to stay present in the moment, maintain clarity of thought, and respond thoughtfully to complex situations in the fast-paced world of leadership. In essence, applying Stoic techniques to leadership in a fast-paced world involves embodying virtues, cultivating resilience, embracing challenges as opportunities for growth, and practicing self-awareness and mindfulness. By integrating Stoic principles into their leadership approach, individuals can lead with integrity, inspire their teams, and navigate the complexities of the modern world with wisdom, compassion, and courage.